6, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it's going to be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
56 the mark, boys, 56.
Second and 10.
Get ready.
His throw incomplete. Was looking for Ridley again. And that takes us from second to third down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
So now an early third and 10 here on their opening drive.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. I'm trying to collect.
They'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Harris to return. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. From nearby Norcross, Georgia, it's Alvin Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On second down, Kamara. And an alley to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here we go. Set. 90. Wolf. Ricky. Deuce. X3. 218. Chop.
They're going to look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
We got heavy. Everybody scoot.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. His first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
He's not going to get me.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Ready. 10 Lobo.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Let's go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 5. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 15. 25 yards there on the catch and run. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And it's never going to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'm going to come back to you. Hey, I'm going to come back to you.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. 2nd and 14. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. Now Kamara. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Going quickly here to Thomas. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open.
Set 18 Gator. You can't block me. You can't block me. Get it.
They run it for the first time with a backup move. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Now!
He'll drop to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Lutt's good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken very short. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll set up a throw. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run, Devontae Freeman. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On the carry, it's Olsen. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They'll try and throw for it here. That's caught by Hollister. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a 1st down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them. And really took a...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Here we go, here we go. 10 shoot stuff. Hey, shoot.
45. Mike, 45. Man, that's trash.
Ready?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. You gonna get this boy?
They'll set up to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bailey got the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
A big pickup of 38. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 28. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
General West.
That's what I do. Check your hot read.
Blue draw quarters.
Right there.
Be driven.
He'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
56. Mike, 56 right there.
Back to throw here. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Switch.
2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Back him up.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done.
They've got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 78 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Silver.
He'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really...
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st down, Murray. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down now, it's Murray. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. This is Murray. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now back to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. On third down, here's Harris. And he's going to be about a yard or two short of the first here. He needed the 35, but didn't make it. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with fourth down, forthcoming. They run for it with Harris. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hey, box truck.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a big shot.
Hey, exit.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Let's go.
They'll drop the throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Go.
Check 3.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Jim.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Ready, break.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Yep.
That's mine. I got it.
Hey, Alpha.
45 to Mike.
Protein spill. Be careful.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
So typically you'd say nice job defensively to force a decision on 4th down, but they've already gone for it once and converted, so you better make sure your defense stays out on the field and is alert.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
56. Mike, 56, right there, 56.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing good.
They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now Olsen. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
You ain't doing no thing.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Jack.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And now it's second down.
It's now second and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Incomplete. Brings up third down and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift. Watch the hang on. Joker.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
56 the mic, boy. 56. Check 56. On the ball. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Watch the screen.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on fourth down. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs.
Latavius Murray, the 40, 30, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Latavius Murray with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. They'll look to throw, and he is going to get in. But there is a flag down. Let's sort this out here. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up with that.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They come out here in the I. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Go!
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2.
Hey! He's mine. 45. Ready?
They'll try to run with Murray. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going up top. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th.
20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.